We round up everything that was on display at the 2022 Paris Motor Show, from the latest production cars to the craziest concepts. This year's Paris Motor Show played host to some major Renault Group news with the introduction of 3 new Renault models, a concept car from Alpine, several new Mobilize vehicles, and the latest from Dacia's brand transformation. There was also news from Stellantis, with Jeep debuting 2 new cars. The Paris Motor Show was the world's first motor show when it was launched back in 1898. Since 1976, it has been held every 2 years, alternating with the similarly important Frankfurt Motor Show. With next year's Geneva Motor Show now scheduled to take place in Qatar, many manufacturers traveled to Paris instead. So, don't skip this video for details on every new concept and production car at the 2022 Paris Motor Show. Let's get started. Alpine. So far, Alpine's rejuvenation under Renault has spawned just the one car, the A110. We're set for a Renault 5-based EV and a new fully electric SUV in the coming years, but the 2022 Paris Motor Show saw the debut of its latest concept car. Called the Alpine Glow, the French firm says it will embody the future of its product and sports strategy. The A110R was also in attendance, after a full debut at the Formula One Suzuka Grand Prix in Japan. The R model is more hardcore with seat harnesses and revised bodywork. BYD. BYD will begin its European venture with 3 new electric cars. The Atto 3 crossover will act as a direct rival to the VW ID.3 and MG4, the Tang will be a 7-seat SUV and the Han will be a sleek saloon car. With UK deliveries of the Atto 3 expected before the end of the year, pricing should be announced in Paris. The BYD seal also broke cover at Paris and could also be coming to the UK. It's lighter than the Atto 3 and features an 82 kilowatt-hour battery. Dacia. Dacia was at the Paris show, but the budget-focused brand didn't reveal any new production cars. Instead, we saw the brand's bold manifesto concept as well as the final stage of its new visual identity, which has already seen its cars adopt a new badge. The Dacia stand also presented the firm's first electrified powertrain to be used on a hybridized jogger next year. DS. There were 2 new cars from DS at the Motor Show. The DS7 facelift earlier this year was followed up by the updated DS3, which has lost its crossback name, just like its siblings. The 804 brake horsepower E-Tense performance concept, which could make production as a track-only racer, was also on DS show stand. Fisker. The Fisker Ocean will go on sale in the UK next year, with prices starting from £34,990. We've already seen it in the UK, debuting at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, but European customers were also able to see it up close in Paris. It'll be positioned as a rival to the Volvo XC40 Recharge, Tesla Model Y and Hyundai Ioniq 5 when it launches. Jeep. The upcoming Avenger will be Jeep's first all-electric car, and the public were able to see it for the first time at the Paris show. It uses the Stellantis CMP platform seen on other small SUVs like the Vauxhall Mach-E and Peugeot 2008 eCMP for the electric versions, while Jeep says the EV will be good for a 249-mile range. Mobilize. Mobilize, Renault's ride-sharing brand, presented its plan for future vehicles with the Duo taking center stage. It'll be sold on a subscription basis, designed mainly for urban transportation. The larger Mobilize limo was also on show as a more upmarket ride-hailing vehicle. Peugeot. Peugeot calls the new 408 a dynamic fastback, which means it's a lifted saloon with a hatchback boot. Underpinning the 408 is something a little more familiar, the same CMP platform used on the 308 and plenty of other Stellantis products. Like the 308, we can expect to see a fully electric E408 variant in due course. The recently upgraded E208 was also in attendance, although there were no exterior tweaks to make note of.